Hi, in this video we will discuss about creating the listing for your app and publish it. Here I am logged in my Google Developer Console and I'll start by adding a new application. You get to choose the default language for your app and a title. The title has to contain up to 30 characters. I will name this app My Simple App and we leave the default settings for the language as English US. Next we have the option to upload our signed APK or to prepare the store listing. I'll choose to continue with the store listing. The first element of the listing is the title, which in this case is My Simple App. Up to 30 characters are accepted as the title of the app. Then we get to specify a short description which can contain up to 80 characters. I'll just enter here, "This is a demo app." Next on the list is full description of your app. This can contain up to 4000 characters. Usually, you will want to use some keywords for these entries like the title and description. Keywords that will allow the users to find your app when they perform a search on the Play Store. Next are the graphic assets. These are represented by screenshots of your app. Minimum 2 and maximum 8 screenshots are accepted. We'll start by providing the screenshots for the phones. I will select some screenshots took from another application for demonstration purposes. Next, you will be able to add screenshots of your app for 7 and 10-inch tablets. If your app is compatible with tablets, I highly advise you to upload the screenshots for these devices. If your app is compatible with TVs, you have the option to upload the screenshots for these devices also. Next, a high resolution icon is required. This has to be a 512 by 512 pixels image. A feature graphic is also required. The size for this is 1025 by 500 pixels. And finally, there's the promo graphic, which is optional. A promotional video is also optional but recommended. Here you can insert a URL from a YouTube video that presents the most important features of your app. Then you get to choose the application type, the category, and the content rating for your app. You can specify a website and an email address is required in order to let the users contact you for any problems or questions regarding your app. And finally, you can submit a privacy policy if you wish. By clicking the Save Draft button, we can see that the gray check mark has now turned into green, meaning that all the required fields have been filled successfully. After completing the other steps, the APK upload and the pricing and distribution, you will be able to publish your app. Let's take a look at the first one, the APK. Here you can upload your signed APK. There are 3 sections which allows you to upload your app. Production, which will make your app available to any users on the Play Store. Beta and alpha testing, which will only make your app available to specific group of users. These will be able to test your app and provide feedback. When dealing with complex apps, it's best to try these options first, before publishing your app to production. In this lesson, I will upload my APK to production by simply selecting the Production tab and then clicking on Upload your first APK to production. A new window appears which allows you to drag and drop your APK here, or you can click the Browse Files in order to browse for your APK. I'll just drag and drop my previously signed APK here and the upload process starts immediately. As soon as the APK has been uploaded, you can see the number of supported devices for it, the number of excluded devices, the version of the application, the date that the APK was uploaded, and the status of it, which right now is draft in production. Next, we can see that this step is also considered to be completed as the checkmark next to it turned into green. There's one last step which deals with pricing and distribution. You can choose your app to be distributed as paid or free. It's important to notice that if you publish your app as free, you cannot change it back to paid later. Next, you get to choose the countries that the app will be published in. Unless you have a specific reason not to publish your application worldwide, you can use the Select All Countries checkbox. You can choose to make your app available to Android Wear, Android TV, or Google Play for education. You need to make sure that the app follows the content guidelines specified by Google and to acknowledge that your application may be subject to United States export laws, regardless of your location or nationality. If you decide to publish the app as paid instead of free, you need to have a merchant account with Google. Then you get to choose the default price for it, expressed in your local currency. Then you can auto-convert the price to other currencies. And finally, by clicking the Save Draft button, the gray checkmark will also turn into green, meaning that you've completed all the steps for creating your store listing and uploading your APK, and now your app is ready to be published. You have the option to delete the app in case you change your mind, or you can publish it by clicking the Publish App button. Google is not reviewing your app, so a few hours later, your app will be available to millions of users around the world. And that's how you publish your app to Google Play Store Marketplace. Thanks for watching and see you soon.